So we are here with Claudia Montana today, founder and CEO of Penthouse Queen. Claudia, welcome.
Thank you.
Do you want to introduce yourself a little bit for people who don't know you?
Sure. My name is Claudia Montana. I'm the founder and CEO of Penthouse Queen, which originated in 2014. And I'm the team leader at PQ Real Estate Group here at Corcoran Horizon Realty in Yorkville, Ontario, Canada.
Oh, that's great. All right. Let's start with your branding, actually, because it is a unique branding, and I'm curious, how did you come up with Penthouse Queen? What led you to that route?
Great question. So I was working for a developer, and one weekend we had about 4 couples come through, and they didn't want anything, any other information of the development, only the penthouses. Mm-hmm. And so I thought to myself, my gosh, like, there's something here. If people only want the penthouses, I get it. The highest, floors, the best view, privacy, and the largest square footage. So I said, maybe we should specialize and do something in this, because I came from a real estate family and I didn't want to be the jack of all trades. I wanted to be the master of something. So I created the brand, and it's been a very curated brand.
Everyone actually trying to get into luxury real estate, but it's not like I'm gonna just go and find higher price listings or just
Right.
take pictures and videos there. Like, how did that actually turn happen?
So there was one year that my husband and I did, I think, 72 deals. And this is back when Toronto was, you'd sell condos for 250,000, 350,000.
Good old days.
Good old days. But I was tired. It was too many transactions, and I said, I went to a conference and I had met this lady, and she had a higher price point. She only dealt in luxury, and I said, I want to be you when I grow up. And I made a point to do that and be that, because you can't just wake up one day and say, I'm going to do that. Like, it takes years to get up to that. You have to climb to $1 million, then 2 million, and then 5 million, and then, and then here we are now doing, 10, 15, 30 million dollar deals. So it is, it's a climb. You don't just wake up one day and like, I'm going to do that. I also have 10 designations. So over the years, I became very much a specialist and a trusted source and a guide for high net worth clients and people doing large value transactions, because you're mitigating a lot of risk and you have to be informed. I constantly go to conferences, and for the better of my clients and for me, but really for the better of our clients, because we handle such big transactions. So that's how, we decided to go that way, but it didn't happen overnight. You had to work at it.
You have to build your own sphere, right? And
Absolutely.
I'm curious, of course, yeah, you started there and you started getting more and more expensive listings, more luxury real estate. But at what point did you decide to invest into the systems, ads, and content? Like, what made you decide that?
I decided to invest. Well, when you came to my door knocking, so I love your brand, I can help you grow and scale. I mean, I'd always thought about it, and I guess timing is everything. So that was a little bit about how I decided, okay, let's put more systems. I knew I wanted to grow. But when the market shifted, and I'm mainly a listing agent, I knew, I'm like, we're not going to make it if that's all we're doing. Like, we have to pivot into buyers, because it's been buyer's market for a couple of years now. And so pivoting and investing in those systems to generate that lead flow and convert and close those deals, it was a non-negotiable. You were either going to sink or swim. So we decided to double down and invest and take a plunge and take a risk and do it.
And you actually made that decision when the market is downturning.
Yes.
And a lot of agents scared to do that, especially on a down market. Everyone thinking, hey, when the prices start going up, everyone start buying, and like, I'll invest then because there will be more buyers or sellers, right? Like, why did you invest in that downturn instead of waiting for a couple more years?
It's a great question, and a lot of people think I'm crazy, but the best time to invest is when a lot of people are leaving the business, right? That's the time to double down. That's the time to invest and make noise. Those are the real players, because they last, and it worked for us. So it was not an easy decision, but it was very selective, and we went through a process, and we just made, calculated decisions, and they worked out.
Exactly. Well, it was a different timing as well, because there was also less competition. I remember those times when we first started. Everything was like turning into a leads, basically. And normally you don't see that in the other markets. So let me ask you this. It's been almost 2 years since we start working, maybe a little bit more than that. So what do you think about it so far? How was the results and what was it like to work with me?
Well, I think working with you has been great because, you know, we know if something didn't work, we're like, okay, let's kill that and let's move on to the next. So we're looking at the feedback and we know what's working, what's not, and we keep going with what's working, right? But we're not in an environment where things aren't changing. Things are always changing. So working with you in that sense was really good, and I think, well, we work well together too. So that's
There's a
helpful.
chemistry for
There's
sure.
a chemistry for sure. I'm always open to constructive criticism, as you are, and I think what's important is not making it like trying to put like a square peg into a circle. You know what I mean? Like we really have to. It has to feel right. It has to make sense to get the result. So
Exactly.
that's why it's been great.
Perfect. I mean, I don't have any other questions left, but maybe there's other agents watching this right now and they're curious about what to do in this type of market and how to become a successful agent like you. So what would you say to them?
I would just say, like, figure out exactly who your target client is, you know, who is your avatar, and work and build your plan around that. Who are you comfortable working with, doing business with? What is your natural sphere of influence? And absolutely build a whole plan around that, and then find a team like yourself to help you execute on that level. Because people, this is a people business, it's relatable. We're not going to be replaced by AI. AI will help us. But I think that's what those agents really need to do, because at the end of the day, these biggest assets, they are transacted by human beings with blood in their veins.
And what I will say is, if you're scared to invest in ads, it's the right time to invest in ads, probably, because that's a scarcity of growing, because you're too comfortable where you're at. And if you take the risk, just like you did, it might change.
Yes, absolutely.
All right. Thank you so much, Claudine. I
You're welcome.
appreciate it.
Thank
Thank you. Thank you guys for watching. And that's it. Thank you.